Good afternoon. This is the demo for Sprint 4 of the SearchWorks 3.3 Fall 2018 work cycle. I'm Sarah Seastone, and I'm serving as the product owner for this sprint. I'm joined by other members of the team, including Jesse Keck as developer and technical lead, Alyssa Haefley as Scrum Master, Jennifer Vine as designer, Camille Villa, Chris Beer, Drew Wingjet, and Jack Reed and Shelley Doljak as developers, and Cam Chan is our operations liaison. In this work cycle, we're addressing high priority enhancements to the SearchWorks application and continuing to improve the performance of SearchWorks from the user point of view. We'll also release a system status and performance dashboard and address some long-standing and high priority bug reports and feature requests from the user feedback. Today, we'll be walking through some of the work completed in the past week. Jesse will be taking us through some work on article citations and the mods display gem update, particularly author grouping in record results. Jack will walk us through exporting records with Diacritics and some improvements to the select button. And then Camille will walk us through the changes to the system status page. So with that, Jesse, I think you're up.
Yeah, thank you. So I've just got a search here in the SearchWorks articles interface. Now, I think most, if not all, individual records will get the cite button that we have in many of our catalog records. If I go ahead and click this cite button, you will see that we are presented with the 5 citation formats that we've been presenting with catalog records before. This is coming directly from the EBSCO EDS API, so they're generating these citations for us, similarly to how they would generate citations in their native UI for users, and presenting this data through the API for us to pick up. We can configure these formats similarly to our catalog records. There are some additional formats that are provided that our citation provider for catalog records doesn't. So we're right now just have the 2 same kind of sets. So it's APA, Chicago, Harvard, MLA, and Turabian. This particular example, you can see there are DOIs. There are some other records that are, if they don't have a DOI, we're not going to have a link to them, but we will be looking at possibly providing a citable URL in this citation data in future iterations. Just to mention, as of right now, at least with this change, this is we're just able to cite this individual record, and being able to export records as well as cite and export selection lists of records is work that's going to be coming in iterations very soon. The other thing that I would like to show is something that we've changed in our mods display update. So we updated SearchWorks with this new version of mods display. You're currently looking at the current production behavior, which is going to change soon. I'll just call out how the authors are formatted here, where the label is kind of a generic author creator. And then secondary authors were given a contributor label, and their roles were displayed in parentheses outside of the name. In the new mods display gem, we're doing things a little bit differently in that we group the authors by their role. So what you can see here is that now, as opposed to just being one author creator and all of the other authors coming up under contributor, you can actually see both of the authors that were listed as creators are now grouped together under the creator label, and similarly, the 2 authors that were listed as collectors are grouped beneath there. So this is some behavior that has existed in other mods, other consumers of our mods parsing logic, like Perl. So this is just kind of giving parity with some of our other apps that are using some of the similar mods display logic. And I will now hand it off to Jack.
Thanks, Jesse. So I'm going to talk about a couple different features that were implemented this past week. One, we had a bug reported issue where when a user selected and unselected rapidly, or SearchWorks was maybe running slow, or they used the unselect all or select all, the count would actually start to come out of sync. And once it was out of sync, it would never sync back up again. And so looking into this issue, we found that it was an issue, kind of a bug or malformed behavior of Blacklight that had been longstanding for 6 years. We actually fixed it upstream in Blacklight and shipped a new version of Blacklight last week, which we've then updated SearchWorks towards. And that's available on SearchWorks Stage. So that should, that's coming very soon. Another feature that has also been fixed is an issue that we've seen with languages with the diacritics, including Russian, Chinese, Arabic, and Sanskrit, all not being able to be imported into Refworks. And so I'll give an example. So here's a record here that has Sanskrit in it. And if I click send to Refworks, this is current SearchWorks, it'll try to do it, and then it'll say, oops, sorry, we failed, and you're out of luck. So one thing that we've made a change in the way that we generate and call this Refworks code. And now when we click send to Refworks, and it saved the document in my library. So we can see that document now here with the metadata that was provided by SearchWorks. You can see I've imported a lot of Sanskrit and Russian pieces into my Refworks account now, and seems to be working quite well. Just note that I think this approach was kind of originally, this change in how the Refworks import was originally done in ViewFind, and so we kind of emulated the work that ViewFind had done. That's it.
Thanks, Jack. Alrighty. So we also have some updates to our status dashboard. We're in the process of expanding its focus to kind of overall library systems. So you'll notice some changes in wording up here. And we have also split up incident reporting to 2 different Twitter accounts. So you'll see on the left, we have our library system status, where we have some information about the current state of SearchWorks, or I mean, not the current state, past outages. And our other Twitter account, databases and e-resources, has information about services like Proposed eBook Central, other database services being down for maintenance or things like that. You'll also see further down on the status dashboard, we've added a little bit more information to our performance metrics graphs to explain the pink bars that appear over here when SearchWorks is slower than a certain threshold for more than 5 minutes. And I believe that's it for this week. Expect some more changes in the coming week.
Excellent. Thank you all for taking us through the work that's been done. If you have comments, questions, or feedback on the work completed this week, you can email me, Sarah Seastone, or you can leave a comment in the YouTube channel. We look forward to your feedback on the work that's been completed.